5 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center shows Hurricane Lee as a Category 1 storm. The winds still holding as they were a few hours ago at 85 miles per hour, jogging a little bit faster now to the north at 15, moving west of Bermuda overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. Now by tomorrow afternoon, the track continues north, and then sometime late day into early on Saturday morning, there may be a slight jog back to the northwest, and then kick out to the northeast, right through either the Bay of Fundy or Nova Scotia sometime Saturday evening into the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning. So based on the latest track from the National Hurricane Center, you notice all of these lines here indicating different computer guidance, painting where Hurricane Lee is likely to go, and you'll also notice in time, once it makes its closest run at the Granite State in towards the Canadian Maritimes, it becomes what we call a post-tropical storm. But in any event, still packing a bit of a punch with some gusty winds. And one thing is for certain, even on this track, the seas are going to be turned up quite a bit, and that's why the greatest impacts clearly will be, as we've been trying to hint at a good part of this week, right along the immediate coast. So for a closer look at those coastal impacts for the weekend, we'll bring in meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Hi, Haley.
Hi. Yes, if you've got any type of maritime interest, if you're a lobster fisherman, if you know somebody who is, or if you've even got a boat along the coastline here, good idea to make sure it is shored up and to stay off the waters if you can on Saturday and even through the weekend. The waves are going to be big out there and just an angry ocean as this storm is moving through. Now, as far as the coastal concerns go on Saturday, we're going to have winds out of the north, eventually shifting to even be out of the northwest at about 40 miles per hour. There may be some gusts from Portsmouth Rye down into Hampton that get closer to 45, perhaps as strong as 50 miles per hour if you get some of these stronger gusts to get going. Splash over, beach erosion, a concern at the high tide times, primarily this one at 1 minute past 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, which does happen to coincide with some of those stronger wind gusts. And we have an enhanced rip current risk over the next couple of days. So yes, even on Sunday when we have bright sunshine, looks like a beautiful beach day even, but just be very careful near those ocean waters throughout the weekend, because it's all churned up. As far as the wave heights go, the purple color here is 15 to 25 feet. So just massive swells out over the open ocean. But as we get closer to the afternoon hours on Saturday, some of the bigger waves do come a little bit closer, maybe even approaching the Isle of Shoals is the 9 to 15 feet marker there. But right at the coastline at that high tide time, 6 to 9 footers starting to come in. So that may result in some minor splash over, beach erosion, and even some minor flooding at the coastline because of just the surge of the wind and also the water coming in because of this storm. Now let's talk more about the winds. They will get stronger at the coastline. For more on that, let's go over to Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Haley. Yeah, the highest wind gusts expected at the coastline, but again, with the storm track far enough to our east, it looks like much more of a nuisance situation the farther north and west you go. 30 to potentially 40 mile per hour gusts at times during the late part of the pre-dawn hours through Saturday early to mid-afternoon. And the highest winds, again, right along the coast, as gusts could get up there near 40 to possibly 45 or 50 miles per hour. With the track farther east, the heavy rain goes with it. We don't have to worry about this storm producing any freshwater flooding, which is great news. We don't need any more rain. Could see showers, but notice the dark greens here and the yellows indicating heavier rain. That's staying off to our east, so while there could be a couple of moderate bands that try to flirt with the coast during the late morning and early afternoon Saturday, a lot of the heavy rain should remain off to our east. And then later Saturday evening into Sunday, dry air does take over, and it looks very pleasant around here for the second half of the weekend. Speaking of pleasant, front offshore to our east now, dry air nosing in today. You had to notice that drop in the humidity. Very pleasant temperature-wise, 60s and 70s, but especially in terms of the humidity. That dew point as high as near 70 yesterday, and now refreshing 40s and lower 50s. So that means overnight tonight, it's going to be quite cool. We're back into the lower half of the 40s up north, downright invigorating in the Great North Woods. In upper 40s and the lower 50s. Elsewhere, again, Friday, the clouds begin to move in, but it does stay dry. Showers break out very late Friday night, on and off into Saturday. Heaviest of the rain again remains off to our east, By Sunday, back to sun. Monday, some more showers approach. And at this point, Tuesday through Thursday are looking really good. So the best news of all, the entire stretch today, all of the updates from the National Hurricane Center, painting the track, and all of our computer guidance continue to just gradually shift the track off to our east. So mainly along the coast, that seems to be the greatest impact. Farther inland, looks pretty good.